Good evening, everybody. As promised, G League rundown. This happens twice a week. Got Raymond Lyons here, Cardell Dudley Jr. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. And for the G League rundown, just a quick reminder how things go here. Let you guys know about today's games. Go through the standings real quick. Obviously, a little bit more to talk about now that folks have played 4 or 5 games apiece. Now, Cardell and Ray going to share with you guys their standout players of like that day or the prior days leading up to Wednesday or Friday, whichever, whoever's shown out enough for them to mention. Then we have 2 teams that focus on being the G League Ignite team and then the Erie Bayhawks. G League Ignite because of the young prospects on their roster, and the Erie Bayhawks because they got 4 or 5 members of the Washington Wizards G League team, and the Wizards aren't fielding a G League team this year. Their players are a part of the Erie Bayhawks. Today's kind of different because it's kind of a 2-for-1 thing with the Ignite and the Bayhawks. They played each other today. It was the first time this G League season that they met, so we'll get to that in just a little bit. And then we close things with this segment called On the Verge, which is just Ray and Cardell sharing with you guys who they believe, as it says, is literally on the verge of a call-up or deserves a chance to go up because, with COVID, folks fluctuating, these rosters are changing, business decisions, whatever. It's extremely fluid regardless of what team it is that you may root for. So real quick, look at I'm going to go through the action that happened today. The Long Island Nets beat the Westchester Knicks 123-115. The Clippers beat Raptors 9-0. I'm sorry. Raptors 905 beat the Clippers 121-115. The Erie Bayhawks beat G League Ignite 127-87. That one, again, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Almost a wire-to-wire win for the Bayhawks. Then the Santa Cruz Warriors, they edged out the Canton Charge. Delaware Bluecoats beat Iowa Wolves 133-111. Oklahoma City Blue, they beat the Memphis Hustle 120-106. One of the things we want to get to tonight as well is the standings. So as you guys can all see here, got the Delaware Bluecoats, only undefeated team in the league at 5-0. Austin Spurs, Erie Bayhawks, G League Ignite, all of those teams are 4-1. Oklahoma City Blue and Lakeland Magic are 3-1. Raptors 905 are 3-2. Memphis Hustle, the only team that's literally at 500 at this point, at 2-2. Santa Cruz Warriors, Rio Grande Valley Vipers, Long Island Nets, Agua Caliente Clippers, Canton Charge, and the Westchester Knicks are all 1 game under 500. Greensboro Swarm, they're 1-3. Fort Wayne Mad Ants and the Salt Lake City Stars are 1-4. And the Iowa Wolves, they just going through it early. They have yet to get their first win. And unlike the NBA, this is a month-long intensive season. A lot of games crammed in. 0-5. I'm not saying it can't be done, but y'all better not find yourselves down. Let's just say y'all better start moving the opposite direction from 5. Like get 1-5, 2-5, 3-5. That 5 becomes 8. Look, man, it's been real. Hope you guys enjoyed your stay. Things are real out here in the G League, man. Folks are not playing. But we're going to get started with you guys, your standout players. Ray, start with you, then Cardell.
No, I got 2 guys that's been, performing really well over the past couple days. Nico Mannion from the Santa Cruz Warriors. Just look like he's getting comfortable out there, man. He's been scoring at a nice clip, been facilitating. Just look like he's adjusting to the speed and pace at this level. I like his skill set and his feel for the game. Even when the Warriors drafted him, I was like, I kind of feel like he's a player that fits what they do. And he's showing that at the G League level. It just looks like he's coming into himself. Once he hit the scene in high school, he was just, he was one of those flashy point guards. Could handle the ball, could pass, could hit shots. He showed that at Arizona as well. And now he's just playing his game, and it looks like he's he's kind of figuring out. He had a slow start, but he's really come on the past couple games. The other one is Malachi Flynn from Raptors 905. He's turned up the last 2 games. The other day he had 35, 7, and 8. Followed that up with 26-6 tonight. Both back-to-back wins to get them over 500. He's showing the same scoring prowess he did in college, but he's running the team and setting guys up as well. So he's playing really well and adjusting on the fly. So those are just two guys that have really caught my eye the past couple nights.
All right, Cardell, where are we starting this week?
Well, I'm gonna start with Reggie Perry, the Long Island Nets, for rookie. He played with the Brooklyn Nets for a few games, but obviously with the trades they made or whatnot, they got him down in G, getting some reps, having him develop. Had a strong game tonight. Finished with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists on 8 of 14 shooting, and 123-115 win over the Knicks. I shouldn't be surprised. I don't think nobody really should be, because he actually made plays in limited minutes with the Brooklyn Nets at on the big stage. So I think now it's just fine tuning the little things where he's making the right reads, and his experience is catching up with that team that is in championship mode right now. That's the only reason why I think he's down there. Had the man like the team from last year before KD and Kyrie came, he'd be playing. He'd be up in the NBA. No doubt about it. He can do it. He's very versatile. He can do it on the block, take you off the bounce. Definitely nice in the pick and roll, pop out, shoot jumpers, or roll the basket and finish strong. As you can see with 11 rebounds, he's a capable rebounder. The thing that caught me is catching me by surprise, and maybe he had this in his game the whole time, but obviously with the Brooklyn Nets, he's not going to get that many touches or opportunities to show his playmaking. Having 5 assists, being a big, that's big. You know what I'm saying? So obviously with that firepower that they got, look, his job is to finish if the ball just so happens to bounce to him. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality with being a rookie on a team with that firepower. It is what it is. So, kudos to him. Another guy that shined today was 16 Henry Ellison. He finished with 27 points and 9 rebounds and 10 of 15 shooting from the field for the Raptors 905. I remember him from Marquette. Very technical big. He doing inside and out. He's exactly what the league loves right now. A big that can stop and pick and pop, pick and roll. You can throw in the ball, ISO situations on the block. He's crafty on the day, even though he's not even close to being the most athletic big in there. His up and down, he can get you with a lot of up and downs, a lot of fakes. He just finds a way to get the ball. He just finds a way to get it done. Get the ball in the basket, man. So, I think he had a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as you can see right here, the way he popped out in transition, big still haven't caught up with that, man. If you can shoot the 3 as a big, man, you have an advantage, especially in transition. I think he shined, and I know Raymond took Malachi Flynn had a great game as well, and that's why they pulled out the win, man. That 2-man combo is deadly, man. I'm looking forward to see how they keep going and keep improving as the season goes along. And last but not least, Delaware Blue Coat 6'9" rookie for Paul Reed. He's doing work this season quietly. He's averaging 23 and 12. And once again, he handled business. He finished with 27 points, 15 rebounds, 5 steals, and 2 blocks on 13 of 21 shooting to lead Delaware to a 133-111 win over, as you just mentioned, the winless Iowa. And I don't know, man. If that dude ain't getting calls, I don't know what you gotta do, dog. Because he's been murdering. Yeah, I did the other way of putting it. When I say murdering, man, one thing to average 23, but when you averaging a double, see 12 rebounds, that's elite. You know what I mean? That's you getting it in, man. So, and then what he did defensively, 5 steals and 2 blocks is a big 6'9" big. And man, he on his game, man. So I think for him, it's just remain consistent. And I'm pretty sure after this month is over, if he don't get called up before, somebody would need him, because he's this grind of a season, guys hurting. You know what I mean? So I see him getting a shot.
All right. Tonight's kind of weird, as we told you. The Ignite and the Bayhawks notes, they're usually separate. So I'm just going to switch the tabs every now and then, just to pretend things are happening. But pretty much this section, it's together. I'm going to throw up just some of the condensed game highlights while Ray and Cardell share thoughts on what they saw today. I know, Ray, you went first earlier. Cardell, let you kick this one off, and then Ray, just your thoughts on, just like regular G League Ignite and then the Bayhawks.
Hey man, the Bayhawks on that Joe Jackson. They came out there, Michael was acting up. And they got right to it. You know what I'm saying? Beat the brakes off them boys. It was over in the first quarter. We gonna keep it a buck, man. That joint it was over in the first quarter. Bayhawks beat the Ignite 127-87. Yeah, y'all read that. Previously unbeaten Ignite 127-87. The Bayhawks torched Ignite. You know, they shot 17 and 41 from three, and that's really what blew the game over. They really couldn't miss in the first half. It was bad. But it was also the defense and experience of the youth on that team. What the Ignite got to learn and what people got to understand, the Ignite are like the primetime team because they got a lot of projected lottery players, you know, a lot of top tier prospects that would have been in college this year fighting for draft spot, but now they're in the G League playing against grown men. These grown men have played 4 years of college. Some of them have been in the league. Some of them have experience being overseas in the G League. They looking at these kids like they're food. So they know the G League Ignite gonna be on ESPN and ESPN2 every game. So this is their chance to show all the entire NBA I deserve to be up there. So they coming hard. They're not gonna let these kids just coming in and deal with them like that. They got off to a 4-0 start, so that just increased the spotlight on them. So the Bayhawks came in and they handled business. They went right at them. You could tell that's what it is because even when they were making plays and stuff, you know, normally you might see a couple guys that's cool, other guys on their own thing. Nah, the whole team was clapping, high-fiving each other after a good play. They really wanted to smack the hell out of these young boys, and they did. You know, Jalen Adams shot 3 for 5 from 3. Caleb Holmesley shot 4 for 7 from 3. Najee Marshall shot 3 for 6 from 3. Cassius Winston shot 3 for 6 from 3. Gerard Udall shot 3 for 7 from 3. Like I said, the game was over in the first quarter because they couldn't guard the 3. It was as simple as that. Bayhawks turned Ignite over. They scored 20 points off of their turnovers. And they had Ignite had 20 plus turnovers in the game. So it was just ugly to begin with. They couldn't keep control of the ball. The Bayhawks got off to the races, scored off those turnovers. And it's hard to come back if you keep giving them possessions on top of them, just torture you from deep. Local product, Eleanor Roosevelt, Hargrave, Najee Marshall, DC Premier. He was huge off the bench with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. As far as the Wiz two-way guys, Cassius Winston, I felt like he dominated the game, controlling the clock, controlling the pace of the game. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Holmesley had 16.7 rebounds and 3 assists on 6-11 shooting from the field. Jordan Bell had an easy night, 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists with 2 blocks on 6 of 8 shooting. No one player on the Bayhawks played more than 29 minutes because it was no need. You know, the game was over, first quarter. Bayhawks defense was on point. They forced 20 turnovers and finished with 15 steals. And the Bayhawks bench, similar to what we just saw with the Wizards, the Bayhawks bench outscored the Ignite bench 56-41. Just total dominance, man. Simple as that.
Ray?
Yeah, man, there's really not too much to add. They just smacked them. You know, they got off to a 22-8 start, and it was a wrap from there. You know, they just overwhelmed them. The Ignite, they look their age, you know, which is to be expected. You know, they're like Cardell said, a lot of those guys should be in college this year. So they skipped a step, you know. So they basically went from their senior year of high school to one step away from the highest level. So it's going to be a learning curve, going to be an adjustment period. And they just got steamrolled today, you know, and the Bayhawks, they're one of the more experienced teams in the G League. You know, a lot of the guys on this roster had spent time in the NBA. So you know, they know what to do. They know how to play the game, you know, and they just walked all over the G League Ignite. You know, Bayhawks, they were flawless offensively. They couldn't miss. They turned them over. Then Ignite, on the other hand, they shot 4 for 31 from 3. And you know, they got into a lot of one-on-one situations and they forced a lot. You know, just a lot of hero ball, you know, which is it's kind of understandable because guys see the game just getting away from them and they want to try to make something happen. But yeah, it was really nothing they could do, man. Bayhawks owned this game. You know, I still like Kuminga and
Yeah.
Jalen Green a lot. You know, they were still aggressive. They played till the clock ran 0. They just took the L, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna bounce back. Brian Shaw, he was like, this is the good thing about it is, whether you lose by 2 or by 40, it's just still one loss. You got to flush this one and get ready for the next one. And it's a good lesson for these young guys, because you're gonna have nights like this. It's bound to happen. You can't harp on it. Got to have a short memory, and because you got a game in a couple of days. So yeah, man, it was a tough one for him. I know they wish they had Miles out there to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that joint, because it got out of hand real quick. But yeah, man, a great game from Erie. They showed why they one of the best teams in the G League. The Ignite, they were 4-0 before this, so it's not like they're just a flash in the pan. They had some consistency with winning, and it wasn't like they was just blowing out bad teams. They had to gut a couple of them wins out. So yeah, man, it's just a learning experience, bump in the road for the young guys. But they're gonna do well moving forward because of the collection of talent they have.
All right.
And one last thing before we go on, just real quick. Also, people gotta understand with Ignite, they're making more than the kids that came out of high school. They're making more than all the other G League players as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the least experienced. They're on primetime TV to be seen more, and they're making more money. Yeah, I'll be at your neck too. All right, back to you, Wilson.
Again, I'm happy you said it because I was literally going to bring it up. My only little 2 cents in tonight's program was going to say the target on them kids' back. Look, man, it's there for the reasons that Cardell just named. Because if I cook you while everyone's watching, I know everybody saw it. Can't nobody say they didn't see most of these games on ESPN Plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
You play the Ignite, sometimes you end up on ESPN too. ESPN, ESPNU. You're off the plus, all right? Changes things a little bit. So all the reasons Cardell just named. Then you talk about the lack of experience, all that other stuff. They get in a bigger bag. Yes. Yes. Attack them.
I need that.
They threw them young folks in shark-infested waters and then sprinkled some extra chum on them, just in case.
But in a sense, that's what it is. You go pro out of high school, you jumping in the water, you got to learn how to swim with the sharks. That's what it is. So the beat downs is good for you. You got to know how to bounce back from that too. That's the whole point, grooming them to be a pro. That's why I like the Kaminga kid a lot. He's getting it. He's been the most consistent out of all of them.
Yeah.
It's not even close, man. Like, he's really the one competing for the number 1 pick because he's doing it against guys that's been in the league, got a pro experience, and he holding his own both ends and stuff, man. He's special. Yeah, if I had to point to somebody being the number 1 pick, it's him because I could trust what he's doing against these players because everybody's playing hard, everybody's talented. And these guys got pro experience, man, including NBA experience. And this is an NBA set. Everything's NBA structured. So I could trust what I'm seeing with him a lot more than even what I'm seeing from guys in college with the COVID. You might play this game, miss 2 weeks and stuff. You guys overseas and possibly playing. It's too much uncertainty with the other things. So, and this year, these kids made a good decision to come. I know every kid can't come out, obviously, but can't join this program. But for these kids, it's looking like they made a great choice, and I think more kids gonna try to flock. But this Kaminga kid, he's special, man. I like him, man. His motor, man, he just don't quit, and that's key to being a pro, especially at the NBA level, man. He like they was down 40, he's still trying to hoop. You know what I'm saying? So much respect to that kid. He got it. And I learned on the broadcast, he reclassed up. He did the opposite what kids doing now. So he's actually younger than everybody. You know what I'm saying? So and doing this thing, man. So that means his ceiling is higher. He seems to be more pro ready, and he's younger. I get more bang for my buck.
Yeah.
Lead me, number 1 pick. With the number 1 pick, we select.
Hey, that man agent is just smiling.
Oh
right?
yeah,
That's the
he
whole
about
way.
to get broke off.
Because, like you just said, and again, for perspective, we're not going to go too much longer here, but think about that. We already know how COVID's affected has affected sports in general, especially on the professional levels. It's ravaged the collegiate level. It is ravaged. I don't care. Power 5 school, what have you. COVID don't care. It has affected programs, teams, players, etc. Again, this is year one of your pro career. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Get this right now, like Cardo's been saying. So I don't have to wonder. I don't have to guess. I don't have to be like, why wonder? Does it translate? No, I can just let me go look at his film.
Yep.
Yep. And again, this is going to change. This is going to have an effect on draft boards going forward because these kids got a hell of a leg up over somebody in another school because at the end of the day, they already in a pro system, bro. They're already there. There's no, I wonder how do they take pro coaching? I don't got to guess. A.B. Shaw.
Yep.
A Jared Jack. Hey, Amir Johnson. Oh, it's huge. But all right, real quick, guys, on the verge. Whoever wants to go first here. Did anything change for you guys? I guess that's the better question.
Paul Reed, Malachi Flynn, definitely. And the entire Bayhawks team, the way they look today, they need to get called up. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm in there like that, man.
All right.
Yo, I literally have almost that word for word in my notes. Like, cause it's obvious. Like Cardell highlighted Paul Reed earlier. He's just been ranking shop, and the way Malachi Flynn has been coming on lately, you know, is you got to get those dudes their props. And then the Bayhawks, most of those guys, basically already been there before. They're just waiting for their second chance. So yeah, man, it's I concur.
Gosh darn it, guys, you guys out here agreeing and stuff, making things easy. But nah, seriously, guys, thank you for hanging with us tonight. And again, man, get you some time. Watch this G League season. It's only a month long, so pretty much some of y'all waiting for shows to come out streaming wise. Fill the time up with G League. You ain't even got an excuse. Some things ain't hitting until March. And some of the things you're waiting on are week to week. Everything else ain't even really worth watching. So get you some G League in. You might as well. Go learn you something. Especially if your team's bad. You know, I used to be one of them people. My team was always trash. I was always looking forward to next year. If you're someone who used to be like me, G League yourself. Go watch. Especially since, they get to come in and possibly translate and assimilate that much easier. Because, yeah. All right. I want to thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. Don't forget the Focus TV. And then every Wednesday, every Friday, right here, G League Rundown. We'll see you guys on Friday evening.